Hey toy friends! So in this video, we are taking a trip to a local collectible store. So I'm trying to make good on my promise for 2026 to go visit more local shops. So this one has been on my list for a while, and this was kind of a spur of the moment kind of trip. So I ended up meeting a friend there. So and the place is called Bric-A-Brac Records and Collectibles. I believe it's in the Logan Square area, if you're familiar with Chicago neighborhoods. So it's in a really cute part of the neighborhood. It's actually attached to a cafe called Brood, which is a horror themed cafe, and I do have some footage of that. They had some stuff on display of horror themed collectibles as well. And I think both places are owned by sisters or brothers. I don't remember, but they're connected. The stores themselves are actually connected, so you could walk through both places, which is a really cool concept. But we're mainly focusing on the Bric-A-Brac part. They have a shop dog, which you'll see footage of him in a little bit, and he is the most adorable corgi in the world. So cute. So you'll fall in love when you see this dog. But it was a good. It's a decent shop. It doesn't have that much girl toys, as much as I hate the girl boy toy thing. But most of it was like action figures and stuff like that. Everything was in cabinets, and then there was a girl cabinet that had lots of gem and Rainbow Bright and stuff like that, My Little Pony, but there wasn't a ton of that stuff. And actually, as far as Barbie goes, there was not a ton of Barbies. I literally found 3 Barbies, so it was more of a collectible in the traditional vintage collectible sense. And you'll see that in the footage. So I did take a bunch of footage. We're going to do a voiceover, I think, for the footage. Let's see what else. Anything else? So I'm going to tack on the footage from Brood, and I'm going to tack on the footage. There is a place across the street, literally across the street, called Horror House, I believe. Not whorehouse, Horror House. I know some of you are like, whorehouse? Horror House, which is another little shop, tiny space, but everything in there is horror themed, any kind of memorabilia and stuff like that. So really cool little spot. There's a little bit of footage of that. And I think that's it. And then I did pick up a few things. So I guess just if you want to guess what I picked up when you see it, maybe you guessed right, maybe you guessed wrong, who knows? So anyway, when we come back, I'll throw you to the footage now. When we come back, I'll show you what I picked up. So here is a Bric-A-Brac. This is the outside, obviously. It's a really funky, I love the signage. I think it's so fun. And this is kind of a pan of the inside. It's not a huge space, but it's pretty sizable, and there's a lot of stuff in here. So we have some anime stuff, some Toxic Crusaders, some Voltron, more anime, Godzilla, some horror stuff. And then this is a random shelf of games and flat things. I really like the little booklet things, whatever those are. These are pretty awesome. Secret of NIMH, one of my favorite movies. The Roger Rabbit is really fun. These Trace and Colors, do you remember those? And then these weird He-Man Skeletor masks with the little cutouts of the characters. Really weird. I don't know. And they had a lot of those. Those weren't the only spot those were in. Here's a Masters of the Universe pop-up game, which I've never seen, which looks amazing, and I would totally pick it up, but I did not. Spoiler. Bionic Woman. This room decorations, stick-ups. So I guess you decorate your room with those. So yeah, lots of like random little things. And then this little, I don't know what you would call this, of just like tiny toys. And then this was a Star Wars shelf. There's Eternia up there. But yeah, most of the stuff was Star Wars in this cabinet. This awesome Skeletor figure. The thing is so big. But yeah, this is the Masters of the Universe slash She-Ra slash other things. Most of the Motu figures were on the bottom, and I saw the She-Ra figures. I was like, ugh. There were some Golden Girl figures in here as well, which is another like, it's like a clone brand of She-Ra, or clone of She-Ra. But yeah, some of this stuff is really cool. If I had like unlimited money, I would totally pick up a ton of stuff. This is the Turtles cabinet. I definitely had Turtles as a kid, but I don't remember most of them. Here is, we got some Trolls, some Pez, some stuffed animals, some Beanie Babies. And then this is the girl cabinet, as I like to call it. So this is all stuff that's, you know, like Gem and My Little Pony. This collector's case, which is really fun. There's a giant Alf on the top there. I was very tempted. I was very tempted by this Alf. Did I pick him up? Who knows? And then Cherry Muffin, is that her? I don't remember the name of the, but there's like Rainbow Bright stuff in here, Strawberry Shortcake. I really wanted the blue dude, I forget his name, but he was a little pricey. All these Gem dolls, I was like, ugh. Some Polly Pocket stuff, some pony stuff on the bottom here. This I thought was interesting. I've never seen this before, this little set. And then this other set. And they actually have some boy ponies, which I think I have the one with the football. I don't have the Tux one, which is on my list, but he's pricey. He's $75. So I was like, maybe not. And I wasn't sure if the other ones were on my list or not. And then a bunch of like trading card stuff. So many different like vintagey trading card stuff. Pogs. This Castle Grayskull is pretty awesome. Transformers. Some Nintendo stuff. McDonald's. And then there was a display of Pee-wee's Playhouse. It looks like this may have been part of a pop-up or something, or some kind of holiday thing that they did, because there's little cutouts where you can put your face in. But I love Conky, I love Cherry, I love all the characters. They look really good. Here's a Ghostbusters shelf, Simpsons, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe on the bottom there. Ghostbusters are also some other toys that I had as a kid, for sure. But again, I don't remember which ones I had. These Simpsons characters are great, these figures. I don't know that I can get into collecting Simpsons figures because there's so many of them. And then Power Rangers I never really watched, that was kind of past my time. And then G.I. Joe I never really got into either. And then they had a wall full of like more like modern figures. This is stuff that you can find in a lot of places. Still cool stuff, but more new stuff. Here is Shrimp Chip. Like, come on. How adorable is this dog? He was literally just like laying there, waiting for pets, waiting for love-ins. So stinking cute. I have probably too much footage of this dog just because I was like, I can't get over how cute you are. Like, why are you so cute? And then some displays up towards the front of the store with some like random things. There's lots of like randomness going on in the store in some of these spots. And then Garfield, I love Garfield, so I had to check this out. I think that was a candle, air freshener. And then there's a Sally doll from Nightmare Before Christmas. And then these are the records, or most of the records. That's double-sided, so there's stuff on the other side too, and then there's this wall. So they have a very decent amount of records, for sure. And then some more random figures and toys. And then these are the dolls, literally the only dolls, or Barbies anyway. Or Barbie adjacent. I don't even know that the Flojo and the other one are Mattel, or Barbies. And Shrimp Chip decided to make another appearance. But yeah, so they had a Flojo doll. And then this Cheryl Teague's doll. So yeah, I guess technically only one Barbie. So yeah. And then some more random items. This was another like display shelf. And then this, I feel like I've seen this Armstrong before. I feel like I've seen him in a thrift shop maybe. I may have featured him in a previous toy hunting video. The Simpsons arcade game. I remember this game very well. I love that they have one in the back there. They also have a ton of VHS tapes. And then this caught my eye, the Barbie Fashion Plaza and the Barbie Townhouse. The Barbie Townhouse, I would love to have the Barbie Townhouse. But yeah, these are pretty awesome. And then the Horror House. Yes, the Horror House across the street. I didn't take much footage. The only thing I took footage of was this album, this record of Freddy. I think this is Freddy's Nightmares, maybe, from the TV show. But there's so many, there's 6 sides to this thing. And then the brewed coffee shop that is horror themed, which is pretty awesome. So here's a quick kind of pan of the space. And then this is one of the display cabinets. I don't think any of this stuff was for sale. I think it's literally just for display, but lots of like really cool, strange, like horror items, which I love. That Nightmare on Elm Street game, I keep seeing that out in the wild, and I'm like, I need to pick that up one of these days. Another cabinet. Gregory. Shrunken head apple sculpture. It's really funny. Lots of Dracula stuff, Frankenstein. Looks like they have like these are monster shelves. These monster cereal mascots, which I love. And then these I saw these Freddy Spitballs. I definitely had Freddy Spitballs. I may have had the Monster Spitballs. I definitely had that Gremlins egg thing that grows, which is really awesome. And then this is from Candyman, if you're familiar. So it's a giant painting. All right, so that was Bric-A-Brac and Brood and Horror House. So hopefully you enjoy the footage. That dog, his name is Shrimp Chip. Like, come on. How adorable is that dog? I wanted to show you the bag real quick. So this is the Bric-A-Brac bag that they have. I don't know. It's just a cute logo. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I got. So as you saw, they had a whole cabinet full of He-Man and She-Ra. And I had just been talking about really completing my She-Ra collection. So the two things I got were She-Ra related. So the first one that I got, I'm trying to peel the sticker, the tags off. The first one I got was Mermista. So I ended up picking up Mermista. I know she's not complete. I know she is missing some stuff, but I was mostly concerned about the tail. Like I wanted to make sure she had a tail if I picked her up, and she does. So I'm happy with this purchase. Seeing that a lot of my She-Ra figures are just the figure itself, this is definitely an upgrade. I don't know why my voice is like. Actually, let me try some water. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So this is Mermista. Really, really cool figure. I love the color of her hair. It's a really pretty, like, teal color. She's got this necklace, and then the top of the mermaid thing is like shiny, silver, teal, something, and then the bottom of the fin looks like this. It's the back. So yeah, very cool. The tail itself feels a little like it should be washed, but I'm not gonna wash it, obviously. But it's got like a tackiness to it, almost like a gumminess, if that makes sense. It's cloth, but it's got like I don't know, like it's like collected many years of grime, but I don't know, it gives it character, you know. And the one I think I'm most excited for is Perfuma. It's either Perfuma or Perfuma. I don't remember which one it is. But she is the flower gal. She is mostly complete. She's missing she had a little like pinky kind of skirt around her waist, and then maybe like a comb or something. But other than that, she has her little thing in the back. She comes with her shield. But this thing is awesome. I love this so much. So it's a little flower, and then if you push it up, it like blooms. I don't know if it originally bloomed more, but I don't know. It's really cool. I love this mechanism. I think it's fun. And then this is what she looks like up close. So yeah. And they were each about $20, which is like, you know, do I want to pay $20 for a little figure? No, but I feel like that's pretty standard for She-Ra figures anyway, that are like kind of complete. I could definitely find them cheaper, but in the condition they're in and the amount of stuff that they have with them, I was like, okay, it's fine. So I guess I only have like either one or two left to complete my collection. So definitely going to be keeping an eye out for them. But yeah, so Bric-A-Brac was awesome. I really enjoyed going there. I'll definitely be back at some point. So let me know in the comments below what you would have picked up. Anything that I kind of passed over and you were like, I would have totally bought that. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you so very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't already, please remember to subscribe. I hope you're having a lovely whenever you're watching this, and I will catch you next time.